Small business owners are scrambling right now to try to stay alive. Many are hoping to take advantage of federal loans offered in that $2 trillion relief package. But where do you start and how do you actually get a hold of the money? I went to an expert for some advice. David Nilsson is CEO of Bellevue-based Guidant Financial. This is a company that has connected $5 billion in capital to small businesses in all 50 states.
As you know, the coronavirus is creating a lot of pressure on our entire community, but small businesses in particular, especially those that are reliant on foot traffic, are under significant pressure right now, not only to sustain their business, but also to make sure they can take care of their employees. Right now, because of the CARES Act, there is the payroll protection loans that have been created through the Payroll Protection Program. Those are going to go live on April 3rd, and it's an opportunity for small businesses to access capital that will help them sustain that payroll over the period of time that we're dealing with this uncertainty. And I think understanding how to go about that is going to be really critical for our communities.
So what's the first step that small business owners need to take?
Well, I think for right now, the most important thing that they could be doing is getting their application put together. So they've released the application, so we know what that looks like. That's available through the SBA.gov website. Anyone's individual banker or business bank, I should say, would have that available to them. But really, it's collecting all of their detailed payroll information. It's making sure that they have, the simple documentation that would prove that they're a going concern or an active business, and then make sure that they get in touch with their local bank right away. This is going to be distributed through the country's lender network, those that would typically be involved with the SBA, to give a little bit of scale to this particular program. The individual businesses themselves will have the greatest success going directly to the bank that they work with every single day in their business.
So this, as I understand it, it's not only a loan, but it could actually turn into a grant for some businesses. Is that correct?
Well, the terminology that they're using is loan forgiveness. So initially they can receive what is 2.5 times their average payroll for the last 12 months, up to $10 million. That's the cap. And as long as over the 8 weeks following that, they're using that for things like payroll and then rent or mortgage if they have a mortgage, and then the associated utilities, then they can have all or a portion of that forgiven, which is forgiven in meaning that it will not be required to repay, and there's no taxable event that occurs because of that.
So David says everything is spelled out on the Small Business Administration website. It's SBA.gov, but he says this is important. You need to reach out to the bank that you normally do business with. They're the ones actually processing these loans. And this is a really good deal for banks right now because these loans are 100% guaranteed by the federal government. So there's no risk for the banks. And if businesses use the money according to the rules, they can ask for these loans to actually be forgiven at the end of all this. So it is a win-win for everyone. Jess?